guys, it's Jamie from Crown Rebellion. I am with Lava. All these artists sitting here along the sides are all part of Lava, which stands for Los Angeles Visual Artists. I found the website by doing some research, and their Facebook page of Lava showed up in my sites. And right away I liked what they were doing and I wanted to learn more. I called Esperanza Luna, the founder of Lava, and this is why we're all here tonight. So, Esperanza, where did Lava begin?
Well, actually, I was at, I think I met Carmelita first and Pascual Bedio, and we were doing the Father's Day show with the Hollywood Arts Council. And it was there that I got the idea to start an art group. And I thought of all the friends and artists that I knew that were kind of disconnected and not really united. And I thought it would be nice to start a small group, a grassroots organization of artists. And so I recruited some artists from there, and actually Lava was founded on or around January. It was Stimson Park. It was a city event, and it was a Drug Awareness Month. And they featured Lava. And so I brought in all the artists that I recruited from the Hollywood Arts Council, and we had about 9 artists come in. And that's how Lava started.
Awesome, thank you for sharing that. And I know you're big and talking about the mission statement of what Lava is. So would you care to share what the mission statement with us today?
Yes. Again, it was a cohesive effort to unite the artists. Artists are solitary beings. We pretty much, except for the performing artists, of course, these two divas to my left, they kind of venture out above the visual arts. But for most of us that are in our studio painting, it's a solitary project. You know, we're in there working away with our paints, and a lot of artists that are not big name people are not going to be seen in Los Angeles. They're not going to get into major galleries. And I thought that would be awesome to have them together and bring these artists in the community that were not being seen or heard, and bring them out and have them exhibit with the group that I founded so that they would have that venue. Also, I wanted to get back to the community. One of the first organizations we gave to was Bienvenidos Children's Home, and it's a facility for abused and abandoned infants. And we would give money there. We took money there. Carmelita and I went there, and some other artists. Carmelita has been with me since 1991. We've had a very long friendship, and she has been so loyal to Lava. She's the vice president of Los Angeles Visual Artists and has her own art organizations as well, and one she founded in memory of her mother. But the thing too was to give back to the community, and not only to promote myself as an artist and a writer, but to give to those two that were a little less that were disenfranchised and were not being heard in the community. So that was for children especially. I grew up in a very dysfunctional home as a child. I had alcoholic parents who were not real responsible, and so we didn't have a lot of opportunity to excel in what we loved, and it wasn't encouraged. And today I don't want to see that talent go to waste in our youth, so I cater to children, especially talented children who have something to give to the world and have a message, you know. I think that artists have not a responsibility but an obligation to give back to their community. And I try to surround myself with like-minded people, and the people that have been around me and have exhibited in the last 3 exhibits are here. This gentleman, Mac, I met at the last show. He's an awesome metal artist, and I hope to have him in our next exhibit. So that's it, is I wanted to give back to the community and also bring out artists so that they have a venue to exhibit their work and to network with one another. Because I think the energy between us, once we get going and we start talking amongst ourselves, is I don't have to just listen to my head alone. I can get ideas from Gabriel, William. I consult with on a regular basis. He's become very close to me. Denise is a darling friend. I love her. Carmelita knows the entire Hollywood. She's my star connection for Hollywood. She knows everyone in Hollywood, and some big names. And we're not about a name. We're not about promoting a name, but it helps. It helps to have those connections and to be seen. And I love the people that we work with.
What I like about Lava is that although it says Los Angeles Visual Artists, she does not confine it to visual artists. She takes visual outside of the box to mean anything that happens on that stage or in that space that's relegated for the demonstration of art, whatever that art may be. singing, acting, dancing, painting,
Poetry.
you know, whatever that art may be. She has opened her arms and said, come under my wing, let's soar together. And that's the intricate thing that I really, or the intimacy of that is what draws me to Lava, is that I want to fly. And I don't mind being in company with Carmelita and Esperanza and all of these other wonderful artists. So that's what Lava is for me. That's what.
And I might add, these artists are all independent artists in their own right. Independent of Lava, they are all phenomenal individuals and are doing other shows. They're in gallery showings around the country. They publish books. Denise, Carmelita has made a record. I mean, all of these artists have their own successes, you know. Lava's kind of like a moving carnival, you know. I recruit artists as I go along and they jump on and, you know, no one's committed to it and no one's forced to be in it. We don't have any dues or fees. It's pretty much a grassroots organization, and I recruit artists as I come along. I collect just enough to cover my costs, and the artists bring their talent and their zeal and their passion, and they make Lava. Without the artists, it would just be me with a name, you know, or promoting myself, and that's no fun. I love being around like-minded people. So I'm excited about the future with Lava.
Can any artist be a part of Lava?
Any artist can. Visual performing, literary artists, we encourage them all.
But you're looking for more team playing individuals.
Well, it's necessary when we work together closely for an exhibit, and we're together all day. It's important that we get along. It's important that the artists have a positive attitude, that they get along with others, that there's a sense of fair play. You know, that they're nice. They're nice to one another. That's important for me.
We just did one a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah. We've done 3. First of all, I would say we did 3 this year. We did our first, when I resurrected Lava again. It was after a 13-year hiatus. I was a probation officer with law enforcement for 29.5 years, and they told me it's either your job or your Lava, which one? And my job was paying the bills, so I decided to continue with the job, and I closed Lava up. And artists were pretty sad about it, you know. I continued to do independent exhibits at that time, so I did 20 to 30 exhibits in the interim. And in the last year, my sister, she had a drug overdose. She took a drug overdose, and she died. And I was beside myself with grief, and I thought, I have to do something to raise my spirits. I have to do something that she would want me to keep going. She would want me to keep living and be successful, and I wanted to live for her life that she took. And she was always a supporter of the arts. She always supported me when I did these exhibits. She always rounded up she did my guest list. She invited my friends and family. She made sure they were there. And for that I thank her. And I thought, well, in the memory of my sister, I'm gonna resurrect Lava. And the first person I call is Carmelita. And she was very busy because she's singing and she's dancing and she's making movies and the whole thing. And I said, Carmelita, I need you. I'm going to start Lava up again. She says, oh, I don't know, it's not such a good idea. And I'm like, I have to do it. I have to do something. I have to put passion back in my life. And I was already painting, but I needed to do something more. And she says, I'm just a little monkey in this whole thing. And I said, I know, but you're a really important monkey and I need you. So Lava was started again. And we've had 3 exhibits, elderberries, and we had one. Carmelita graciously invited us to one of her events. And that was our 2nd exhibit. And then we just did a 3rd exhibit. CCI and Artists for a Better World invited us. They had a grand opening for us, and Denise performed.
It was really good.
They awarded me with outstanding artist contribution to the community, and I in turn awarded my artists a certificate of recognition for coming on and their achievements as artists, individual artists. So Carmelita can tell you a little bit about the history of Lava.
Well, first of all, Esperanza is one of my soul sisters here. Now we go way back, and it was my pleasure to nominate you for that award with Artists for a Better World. They came to me to ask me who would I recommend, and you were definitely on the top of the list. And I think just listening to her speaks for itself, because you can feel her passion and her sincerity and her generosity in reaching out to the community to involve us all, because as she said, the visual artists normally are solitary creatures, and but to bring them out of their shell and to bring us all together like this, I think is very commendable on her part, and it's already shown. I mean, now, we actually started at the top because of this lady here. Her tenacity and her energy drew us to a space which was actually sponsored by the Bonaventure Hotel, our very first exhibit. And originally that particular area, which was a pod area that had been designated for our reception, we were politely kicked out of by Clint Eastwood and his production company because they were making a movie. 2 Minute Warning, I believe, was the name of the movie. And they said, we need that area. We cannot have those artists there. So they needed to lay their cables. And actually what they did was they politely upgraded us. They moved us to a bigger space. We had the embassy ballroom, and they catered the entire event, and it was just really another amazing thing that's happened with the energy and the spirituality that's connected to this organization. And then plus, thanks to the Hollywood Arts Council, they lent their A-list to us. So we wound up with about 300 top people from the entertainment and from the art world, and very blessed to have the support of the Hollywood Arts Council, which we are very grateful to, and their association. And I want to acknowledge Senior Senator Pascual Betio for the connection that he had with them, and also Nyla Arslanian and Oscar Arslanian, her husband, who have been at the head of the organization for many years, and Nancy Brown, who was the vice president there. Thanks to them, we were able to have their A-list, which they loaned to us, and we wound up with an assemblage of people that were just really magnificent, from the arts world and from the civic world, and just a wonderful assortment of people that attended the event and appreciated it. And at that time, I want to also mention that my mother, who was also a fine artist, was one of your exhibiting artists as well that year, and she joined Lava, and she was a part of it while she was with us. And I will save the rest for my individual part to talk about later.